Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about the historical fiction books that I read for the Historical Fiction Readathon hosted by the lovely Katie from Books and Things. For the Historical Fiction Readathon, I finished 5 books in May. The first book is The Fair Botanist. I listened to this book on audiobook and I loved the narrator. I loved her accent and the way how she narrated the book. I thought it was a special way. It was mysterious and I found it slower than normally, but that added to the suspense, to the mystery of the story. I picked this book because I love the premise of it. I love the description. It sounded really exciting and mysterious. It is about 2 women in the summer of 1822 in Edinburgh, and there is a lot of excitement in the air because King George IV is coming to visit Edinburgh for the first time. At the same time, there is a lot of excitement because of a very rare plant that is about to flower in the botanic garden. And this very rare plant that flowers only once in several decades is very interesting for these 2 women, Belle and Elizabeth. They lead very different lives. Elizabeth is newly widowed and has been invited by her distant cousin Clementina, Lady Clementina, to live with her, and for her that's a great improvement because she was living in poverty. Her husband left her without a penny, and so she is very excited but at the same time anxious to come and live with Clementina. And Elizabeth becomes fascinated with the botanical garden and offers her services to record the bloom of this very rare plant. And it is in the botanical garden where she gets to know Belle, who is a very mysterious, secretive woman who also has a very strong interest in this plant. And so the paths of these 2 women cross, and it is very interesting to see how the story develops. I love a lot from this book, especially the writing style, and for most of the book, the pace, but it changed a little bit and it was not as good as in the first part for me personally. I think if you are interested in historical fiction books, you should give it a try. It is very easy to read, enjoyable, and it has a very interesting premise about friendship and empowerment. And I am very glad that I picked up this book in April and finished it now in May because it has helped me to ease my way into the historical fiction genre. Then the second book that I finished in May is A Snowfall of Silver. I started reading this book in winter, at the end of winter, and I heard about this book in Miranda Mills' channel, and it immediately caught my attention. Even the cover, it's very dreamy, it's gorgeous, and it is about a young girl, Freya, who comes to London because she wants to become an actress in 1931, and it feels very exciting. I love the writing style also, although it was a little bit difficult at the beginning to get used to it because normally I don't read YA and I don't read books in the first person, written in the first person. But at the same time, it feels more personal and exciting to read a book from the first person perspective. Very soon, she gets a job in a theater who is doing a tour through England, and so you get to travel with this theater company. And also it was exciting to see how she makes progress in her dream to become an actress, and there is also romance. It was really cozy and atmospheric. I love the setting. There were some things that I didn't enjoy very much, but most of the book I found it very enjoyable, and I am looking forward to read the next book in this series. Then 2 books that I enjoyed very much are the Nonesuch and Frederica by Georgette Heyer. I discovered Georgette Heyer last year, and most of Georgette Heyer books take place in the Regency time, and this is a historical period that I enjoy very much. So this is exactly my cup of tea. This time I listened to the audiobooks, and the narrators were excellent, especially the narrator for the Nonesuch. I love to listen to the audiobook for these two stories and just enjoy a very exciting romantic story. The Nonesuch is a very accomplished young is a very accomplished man who inherits estate in the on the countryside, and there he gets to know Ancilla, the governess of a very spoiled young girl, and it is just about them falling in love and also what will happen. I love Georgette Heyer's writing style. It is not simplistic at all, and so you can enjoy, especially if you listen to the audiobook, you can enjoy just the dialogue and how the story develops. It feels like a mini series, and so I love to be in that setting, and I love the atmosphere and the different characters in Georgette Heyer's book. They are always very funny characters and villains that are not so villainous most of the time, what I love. So it's a very enjoyable, relaxing book, and I enjoyed it so much that I started reading Frederica. It is also a romance. Her parents didn't leave her a lot of money, so Frederica has to take care of all her siblings, and one of them, Charis, is a very beautiful girl. And Frederica asked Lord Alberstock, a very distant cousin of her, to help her in launching Charis in society, and so that's how they start to get to know each other. And Lord Alberstock also has to take care for the first time of other people. He has many siblings, but he hasn't cared very much about them. And now he comes in contact with this family, this very lovely, these very lively children, and Frederica, a very different woman from the women he has gotten to know. So at this point, just a very light-hearted, romantic story with like the Nonesuch. It feels like a mini series, a Regency romance mini series, and it is very enjoyable, romantic. And the last book on my ranking for the historical fiction readathon is A New Start for the Wrens. I chose this book because of the narrator. Bethan Rose Young narrates the How to Get Away Myrtle historical mysteries middle grade series, and I really love her voice and how she narrates the book, so I thought I would love to hear more books narrated by her, and that's why I discovered this book. And of course it was perfect for the historical fiction readathon. This book takes place in World War II, a period that is not that I don't know a lot about, so it was perfect for this historical readathon. And I also like the premise very much because it is also about friendship, about empowerment. I love the writing style, and also I think the pace is very well done. It's easy to read. You feel like you are also joining these girls in their aspirations to become Wrens and help the war effort. Also, the setting in on the Orkney Islands is very interesting and different. There were different elements that I liked, but on the whole, I didn't enjoy it very much. I enjoyed some parts of it and some of them not, because for me the story didn't develop as much as I thought it would do, and it got a little bit repetitive. But I am very glad that I had the opportunity to read books from different historical periods thanks to the historical fiction readathon. So at the end, I had a very exciting reading month. I loved to try different historical fiction books, and also I love the opportunity to read moderns and sprinkle with some spring books. I am hoping to do a second part of my wrap up where I'm going to talk about Springathon and Short Stories May. I would love to hear how your reading month was and which were your favorite books or your least favorite books. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be seeing you very soon with another bookish video. Bye!